Hello friends, so a warm welcome to you all in this new session on AWS. So in the last session we basically discussed on RDS. We had a tutorial video on RDS wherein we created a RDS instance and then we created a EC2 instance, and after that we installed a software that was called MySQL Workbench, and we tried to connect to our RDS MySQL instance from EC2. So that was all. I think that was the last command line exercise that we did. So now in this session we will be basically try to show you how to host a simple static website. So in AWS we have a storage mechanism, or we have a storage service, that is S3 simple storage service. By now you all are pretty familiar with this service. So we have simple storage service. We can configure this S3 service to host a static website. So it's pretty simple. Like we can configure S3 with just a few clicks, and it will be ready to host static website. So S3 can be configured very easily to host a static website. So a static website, as in, let's say your website consists of HTML and or CSS or JavaScript and all. So if you have a static content or if you have a static website, then we can configure S3 pretty easily to host our website. So now we'll be showing you a demo on that. And again, if we'll be configuring S3, for that there are various advantages, and some of them are like S3 is highly available, so your website will be up always. And again, so first of all, S3 is highly available, and also it's very cost effective. So the prices that we pay for, or you pay for S3, they are very minimal. So you will be having a host, or S3 can host your static content with very less cost. So now we will see how to configure S3 for hosting a website. So again, this is our AWS console. You can go to S3 from storage, or you can expand services, and under storage you will see an option of S3. Click it. Okay. So now first of all we will be creating a new bucket. For that, you all know the syntax. From command line you all know how to do it through Java, and you all know how to do it through Amazon Web Console. So click actions, say create bucket. I'll say my CBA bucket 1, or I'll just say my CBA bucket. You can specify the region. I'll specify region closest to me, that is Mumbai, and I'll say create. Okay, so now our bucket is created. That is my CBA bucket. So now to configure this as a website, for configure this bucket for website hosting, you can select your bucket, go to properties. If this is not selected, you can click properties, and inside properties you can expand static website hosting. So I have expanded static website hosting, and then you can click enable website hosting. So after clicking enable website hosting, it is asking for two documents. First is your index document, and the next is error document. So index document is the landing page of a website. So this can be considered as your home page or the index page. If you're familiar with web development, then you know the index page uh, is the primary page. Whenever you access a website, index page gets opened. So for these two documents we will be creating two HTML pages. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'll first create a new text document. So I'll call it as my index.html. Herein I'll write some simple HTML code. I'll say HTML, and I'll simply give a heading. I'll say hello, welcome to AWS static hosting. I'll close this, and the next page which I'll be creating, or the next document that I'll be creating, that'll be error.html. Again I'll open it. Let's say HTML, and herein I'll say an error occurred. Okay, so these are our two pretty simple or pretty simple documents, and now we will be pushing these objects to S3. So let's again select browser, click your bucket. Now the bucket is empty. We'll just push objects to bucket. We'll say actions, upload. We will drag and drop files onto it. You can drop it here. I guess, okay, there's some issue. I'll open it. I will have to save it again. Save as, say all files. We'll save it like this. It is taking .t